So this is another in our occasional series where we do a deep dive into a particular area around Australia and look at the most recent portal information relating to price reductions, and also then compare it with data from our own models, including price trends and also other financial indicators. Today we're looking at Melbourne. Melbourne, of course, has had a bit of a torrid time over the last 2 or 3 years, and frankly, a lot of the issues are in and around Melbourne, particularly in the housing sector of the market. So thanks to Cookieboy, we're going to take a deep dive today and look at some of those areas. Here is the rough indication of the area we're going to look at today. So we will cover areas in and around Melbourne, from Docklands through to Brunswick, Kew through to Yarraville. Before I get into that, just remind you that the auction result data for this week, which came from Domain, reported that Melbourne had quite a strong clearance rate at 74.2%. But of course, as I've argued before, we need to be a little bit cautious about that because the numbers sold were 362 compared with those reported at 488. That gave you the clearance rate. Actually, 652 were listed, and we only got results for about half of them. Also, it's worth comparing that with last week, where there were 622 listed. This week, 652 listed, so a slight improvement. And in fact, the clearance rate this week in Melbourne, according to Domain, 74% was stronger than Sydney, 71%. But I don't believe these statistics particularly either, for all the reasons we've discussed on many previous occasions. And one of the other interesting observations you can see here from this data, that the median price at auction was quoted at $932,000 across Melbourne, compared with $878,000 last week. Anyway, let's have a look in detail. And again, thank you very much to Cookieboy for providing the basic research. What Cookie has done is he's taken information from the property portals with a specific focus on areas where there have been price reductions advertised.